Welcome to a new edition of something I have never ever tried before. As you can see, I look very different today, and I would like to say good evening to everyone who is joining. And I'm here for a style/inspirational live. But I've never thought I was going to go on social media wearing one of these turbans, because that is definitely not part of my comfort zone. But today we're going to work on about coming out of our comfort zone and doing things that we never thought were possible in order to inspire others. Maybe someone who's watching is going to be so inspired and amazed as to, wow, this looks so different. If she can do it, so can I. I always talked about, for people that know me personally, I'm actually a big believer in me personally not talking about the concept of modesty, because it's something I have to work on myself. So I will not come, especially on a live, and discuss the topic of modesty, because I'm working on that myself. So how can I tell others how to be modest if it's a progress for me? However, a concept that I do believe in is we are all a work in progress. Each one of us knows what we struggle with, and we work on that. Now we have to work on it in a way where we feel good about doing something. If we take something upon ourselves and we enjoy the process and it makes us feel good about ourselves, then we don't have a problem doing it. But if something is burdened and pressured and we don't find the joy in doing it, many times we start to give up on it and we don't enjoy the process. So this video actually today was requested by one of my good friends who thought it would be a good idea for me to do a live demonstrating different style inspirations when it comes to covering our hair with a turban, Mitpachat, bobo, whatever term you want to give it. Now, I personally struggle with taking one of those handkerchiefs and making flowers out of it and making some nice designs. I don't really work so well with my hands. So for me, that's a lot of effort. So I rather buy pieces which look very nice and very, very fancy, that I will still feel comfortable wearing. So that's why I came on live today. Thank you, by the way, for everyone who's giving me the compliments. It really means a lot. So I came on live today to demonstrate for you some pieces. Okay, we're gonna demonstrate some really nice pieces, which maybe if you're watching and you're like me, who struggles covering your hair this way. Personally, I wear wigs on a daily basis. I find it that when it comes to Shabbat, when it comes to Friday night, especially, not just Shabbat, Friday night, when I'm sitting by my candles and I'm lighting the candles, there's something about looking royal. There's something about putting on one of these head coverings and coming to the Shabbat candles and making a blessing. It makes me feel on a different level of spirituality. So because I really took that upon myself, where on Friday nights I want to feel more spiritual, I also went out over the course of many years that I'm married, and at one point I actually used to sell these myself, which is how I have so many different ones, because I used to sell them at one point. I collected some really nice pieces for myself. So today I came here. I don't know how successful I'm going to be, but I came here with different styles of these mitpachot that I want to change for you while we are on live. I think it should be fun. Now, wish me luck, because hopefully the thing underneath is going to stay in place and I'm not going to get any accidents here, but I will try to hide if that happens. This is the reason for today. We're going to have a little bit of a inspirational live where we're going to be inspired in covering our hair differently. Now again, by the way, just to repeat myself, I am not telling anyone to cover their hair. I'm not even telling anyone how to cover their hair. I'm simply saying we all struggle with doing a mitzvah. How do you translate mitzvah? With doing something from the Torah or from the religious perspective. And if you are one of those and you struggle, you have to find the joy in doing it. So make it fun for yourself. The first thing I will recommend, and let me try to pick it up so you can see, when you try and to wear one of these kind of mitpachot, I always recommend having nice earrings. Because I feel like when you have a nice earring and when you have a nice big piece of jewelry, it brings out the mitpachat. It gives you a very nice look. So I bought for myself one of these, okay, which I bought on Amazon. And if you want, I can give you the link. Of course, these earrings are a little bit too extravagant for people, so I'm not saying you should look like this. This is my style. You get yourself one of these. It's a jewelry rack, and this is where you would store for yourself all your nice pieces of jewelry. Not only do you store nice pieces of jewelry, if you wear wigs, for example, you can store for yourself nice hair accessories. When you build for yourself a closet in which you feel good every morning, you get up, you have your own territory, you have a nice display of all your accessories, all your hair pieces, all your makeup, you're going to feel good about putting these pieces together. And when you put these pieces together, you're automatically going to feel empowered and you're going to feel like you have what it takes to go out there and be the mother, the wife, the lady, the worker, whatever title you are blessed with is going to be done in a very, very happy way. So the key is go to your closets and organize yourselves. Like I came home the other day and I noticed that my makeup was totally all over the place. I had brushes in this closet. I had brushes in the other closet. There was foundation here, foundation there. Granted, if you don't have that much, it's easier. But when you have a lot of different pieces and you don't organize yourself, a lot of times you don't even know what you have. And a lot of times you don't utilize what you have. So it starts to go for waste. So organize your pieces in a way where you can see it and you can enjoy the process of taking care of yourself, feeling good, confident, feminine, and at the same time fulfilling the commandment, whether it be looking modestly with clothing, because modesty does not mean, by the way, that we have to look ugly or we have to look like we are not presentable enough. Modesty is really the way you carry yourself. Modesty is a way of being classy. Modesty is different for many different people. So although we categorize modesty of being wear a skirt, don't wear pants, cover your hair, don't do this, don't do that, we also have to understand there's more to it than just a set of rules of what kind of clothing we are supposed to wear or are not supposed to wear. Our attitude also is part of being modest. And I also feel that it's very important for a person to feel ready. If a person is not fully ready, they're not going to be able to change that within themselves. Everyone has to have that moment in which they really truly understand what the purpose of it is. If you don't understand what the purpose of it is, then you may want to go and get educated about it. It doesn't mean that it's wrong, that these rules are like, what was the point of them? They're fake. It's just we don't necessarily understand the rules properly. And because we don't understand the rules properly, we don't enjoy the process of it. So the first thing is, if somebody's really confused and they're like, what's the point of this? Like, I don't get the point. I'm a good person. I don't see the need for this. That's because we simply don't understand it. And maybe if we understood it, we would really know what the point of it is. Now, is there anybody now? Let's do this. I want to interact. If anybody wants to join me while I'm alive, request it, and I may actually bring you on the live with me today, and we can go over which one of these turbans, Mitpachat, I should try on while we are live, so we can do a demo. So if anyone is brave, request to join the live, females of course, and if you're confident enough, which I think you should be, we are going to do the live with you on it while I am here. So let's see if anybody is going to request to join, and we can have more of an interactive session. But meanwhile, let us do a change. So this is one style, okay? So again, this is for ladies. So men, if you're watching, this is not going to be entertaining for you by any means. This is just me coming out and trying to inspire anybody who is watching that we can cover our hair differently. Even though wigs is what I prefer, on Friday night when I want to be more spiritual, I prefer to cover it like this. So this is basically, okay, a scarf that has a design, and all we simply do, and this is why I like these, because they are very, very dummy proof. You don't have to put any pins and do anything fancy. If you're creative like that, good for you, and that's awesome. I don't have the time or the creativity, and if you're like me, these are the kind of styles. So how are wigs not so spiritual? Jenna, I wear wigs on a daily basis. You're asking the wrong person. I just feel more spiritual when I wear this. That's just me personally, that I wear it every single day. I have a very hard time wearing something like this, so I can't even answer that question the way I should answer it. So now we're going to go to another style. Another style, if you're not really, thank you to Masha, another style is something like this. It's a hat, okay? It's very simple. And you put the hat on like that over your bobo. Again, some people may not feel like they even want to wear a bobo. Hold on, let me be safe. Hold on. Because if this thing comes off while I'm live, we're going to be in trouble here. So let me just make sure that I fix it before this thing comes flying off my head. Okay, so it's a turban just like that, which looks very, very good by itself. But it may not do the job if you want to achieve a fancy look. So the nice part about it, it has a second piece, okay? It came with it. Again, I got these a while ago, but I'm just showing you different options that sometimes when we have these different options, doing the covering of the hair becomes easier. This goes over like this. You put on this headband over it. It looks like you did such an amazing job, and voila. Okay, you fix it up. I like to just push it back, okay? And there you go. You have another look within a couple of seconds just with switching it up. This is literally a hat. You put this on top, and again, for me personally, I think this gives me a look of royalty. How it makes you look spiritual, maybe you won't. Maybe you won't feel that way. Maybe you'll actually feel that this thing is too big and you will never wear something like this. You have to find your own personal style so that you can enjoy the process. Another way that I saw people use covering, hold on, let me see if I find it. I had it here, but I think I left it upstairs, was with the turban, the beanies. We can have a turban beanie. I don't like the way it looks because it makes me personally look very, very flat. I like more volume, but it may be for somebody else. how long is your own hair? So my own hair is not so long, and this is not a chef hat actually. It's called a bobo. It comes in different styles. There is very big ones. This is actually not such a huge one, even though it looks big. There is big ones. They have very, very small ones like this. They even have ones which are like ponies on the bottom. Or there's a lot of people that simply can't even wear something like this because it's too hard for them. Tamara, that's a great thing. If you want to try it out, you would simply go to somebody who sells something like this and try it out. And not only that, let's try, for example, you like this look. You can even try to change the accessories and the look is going to be completely different. It's all about having fun in doing it. If you enjoy it, you're going to love the process and it's not going to be complicated. So it looks like nobody's wanting to join me while I'm alive, so we're going to just continue. Okay, let's try on a different piece. If you like this, by the way, let me see if you like it. Give me a heart or a like if you think this is a very interesting show, because believe me, for me to go alive and do this is not so easy, okay? I was extremely nervous, but I personally spend so much of my time watching YouTube videos that demonstrate makeup and style, and I personally find so much inspiration, and I could watch it for hours. So I thought to myself, you know what? I enjoy watching it, so maybe other people will enjoy something like this too, and that's the reason I decided to come out and demonstrate, because this is inspirational and it's fun to watch. So thank you for your love. I will now show you another head covering. So something like this. This is a very, very beautiful, elegant, gorgeous piece. And this is something that a lot of people will wear to a wedding. I will probably not wear this to a wedding personally because I don't wear this to weddings. I wear wigs, but it's fancy enough to wear to a wedding. I'm going to demonstrate to you how it looks. So it looks like a triangle, okay? Just like that. We're going to see if I can take this off carefully without having the bobo come out, right? For those that missed it, this is a two-piece set. Okay. There we go. So I'm safe. The bobo stays on. By the way, there is a Velcro on the back of this bobo that helps it stay on, okay? Then you're going to take your piece, you're going to put it on, you're going to center the nice part, and it's very, very simple. You tie it, let's see if you can see me, like that. You make a knot. Not sure if you see anything, but can you see? Okay. It's almost like when you're parking a car. When someone is watching you, you can't get into the space. So I know so many people are watching, so it's a little bit challenging. Okay. There we go. And this is another way of covering. And I actually do agree. This is a very, very beautiful piece. Happens to be there are so many gorgeous, and I'm telling you, gorgeous pieces that I've personally come across that people do sell. And if you are really interested in learning how to do this, reach out to me and I will send you some information of who you can contact. The reason is, if you're really having a hard time doing this, and if this is inspiring you, I want to be able to help you. I want to be able to help guide you in the direction of loving to do something because you love the way it makes you look. Something like this, personally, I think looks so elegant and so royal. You will just put on the makeup, put on a piece of jewelry, put your clothing on, and you can simply go out the door feeling like you look amazing. And many times, this is even better than wearing a wig, for example, because it doesn't need any maintenance. You don't have to style it. You don't have to pay for a wash and set. So this is actually more cost effective in the long run. Okay, now I'm going to show you another piece. And again, I'm not by any means I don't sell these. This is just for fun. So we're doing this for fun to just see the different options. Okay, so we're going to go now with this piece. It's a 2-piece set. Okay, it's also like a hat, like a turban. And on top of it, you have this. Now I have, just to give you an idea, different types of turbans. Let's say right now we wore this turban, the gray one. Now the gray one probably, I don't know if it matches, but you can take the turbans, different ones, and mix and match the headband part of it. So once you have a bunch of different ones, right? Let's say you have a black one and a beige one and a white one, and they all come with different headbands. This one comes with this type of headband. This one comes with this type of headband. You can then interchange it and you can put them together in different ways, and it's going to give you a different look. Let me go off camera and change my earring also, and change this and come back so you can see how it's going to be making you look different and how easy and simple it is. Hold on. Again, if somebody wants to join me, press the request button. So far, I don't have a request, but if anybody just joined and you want to join me and ask a specific question, please feel free, and I will try to accept you on the live, and you can ask me the question that you want to ask me. Okay. So this is the turban by itself. Okay, so if you were just to wear it by itself, this is the turban all by itself. Okay, without the headband. So it still looks very, very nice and pretty. Doesn't really need anything to it. If you like it shiny, nothing dramatic, that's very simple. But watch how we're going to transform this into something different. Please hold while I transform. This is so interesting. I have never ever done a live like this, and this is kind of fun. And I hope you guys are enjoying it too, because I would have never thought I could do something like this if you asked me a week ago. Okay? Now look. Same style. We put on the headband and we look different already. Okay? Alina's actually here. Yes, Alina. I got a couple of pieces from you. So she is here. So if you are interested in this, you can actually reach out to her. Yes, Jenya, Sonia's Prep did this not long ago. I actually did not have a chance to watch it. I don't know if she did this or if she did about wigs. I saw there was a topic like that, but I definitely will check out Sonia's Prep as well, because I believe I did see something very, very similar. So I'm actually happy that women are able to demonstrate the beauty of still looking beautiful, royal, elegant, and doing it in a very, very modest, fashionable way. Modesty, again, to me personally, does not mean that we cannot look good while being modest. So let's say we want to change it up and we are going to go for different earrings. Again, it's going to make you look different based on your accessories. So we're going to change up the earrings, and just that itself is also going to give you a different type of a look. In a couple of seconds, I'm also going to share with you a book that I just finished reading on Shabbat. It took me a very long time to finish it because it's so many pages there, but it's really worth it. Now, Zhenya, I'll tell you something. Actually, I was talking to one of my friends from Israel before I did this live, and she said the styles that we have here in America, in New York especially, with the different varieties, there's so much more variety here that she actually prefers when she comes down here. Believe it or not, she's from Israel, to get her mitpachot here, because there's so many more options and so many more styles. And it's actually cheaper here than it is there, believe it or not. I don't know how that makes sense, but that's what I'm being told. So again, we changed up our earrings and the entire look is different. That is just to demonstrate that we can do something out of our comfort zone and still feel happy doing it, because it makes us feel pretty. It makes us feel good. And that's the only reason that I wanted to demonstrate today this whole episode for you. Because if somebody who's watching, even if one lady watching this right now is like, you know what, I've been thinking about it for a while. I really, really want to start somewhere, but I don't know where. I don't know who. I'll help you reach out to somebody. I'll give you numbers of people that I can go to. If you need help, I'm willing to help. I just want people, the ladies, to see that doing something like this does not mean it's taking away from your beauty. And if this is not for you, that's fine too. Wear a wig. Don't wear anything. You got to do what you are ready to do. Nobody can tell you when you need to be ready. Only you could tell yourself. Everybody has to work on their own level of modesty at their own standard timing. When you're ready for it, you're ready for it. So before we do one final look, because before we do one final look, and you'll let me know which look you want me to demonstrate as my last look, I'm going to let you know that I finished reading this book. It took me a very, very, very long time to finish it, close to a year or maybe a little bit more. And I was really inspired. And this book talks about a lady by the name of Rebbetzin Henny Machlis. Maybe one day I can actually go live and talk about why I love this book so much. But until we do that, if you are looking for a very good read, something that's going to really inspire you, something to read on Shabbat especially, go out and get this book. It's called Emunah with Love and Chicken Soup. What is this book about? Just to give you a little summary. I once had a conversation with one of my really good friends. And I said, you know, I really need someone to inspire me to be able to host guests and have a job and take care of the children and run around. I get so tired that at the end of the week when Shabbat comes, this is something that I find so difficult for me. I wish I could feel inspired in that. And she says, you know what? You want to be inspired? I'm going to give you this book. Read this book and see how this lady did it so many years with children, with all her responsibilities, and how she did it with so much love that it was almost like not a burden for her. And after I started to read this book, I realized how much power and capabilities a lady has. Do you know where it all starts from? It all starts from here. When we put in our mindset positivity, and we don't sit there and start saying, oh my God, I'm so tired, I can't, I had a long day, I'm not going to be able to do it, and we don't put the drag into ourselves negativity, and we're open-minded and we think to ourselves, so what if I don't get 100 things done? I can get 50 things done. I can get 25 things done. I can get some things done tomorrow. And we have a very, very good attitude about it without feeling already before we do the job, we're already tired, right? Sometimes we don't even do it and we're already tired. When we don't feel that way and we learn to do everything calmly with love, all of a sudden, it's not hard. And this is exactly every time I read this book, and the reason I didn't read it overnight and I took my time reading it was because every page there was like talking to a therapist. It's so therapeutic. It's almost like you want to ingest the words of the book and engrave it into your heart, because the teachings of this Rebbetzin, of this lady who had 14 children, and the way she approached all the challenges in her life was difficult. She had a Down syndrome child. She had other challenges in her life. And the way her outlook of her life was so unbelievable that when you read it, you're like, wow, I want to have this type of a mindset. And when we change our, of course, the minute you put the book down and you go do what you got to do, to be honest, sometimes it flies out. But that's when you pick it up and keep reading it again. So my mission is, now that I read it the first time around, I want to actually be able to read this book the second time around and underline some of the things that she points out, underline it, so that when I do go back to it, I can actually just, read the stuff that are highlighted, and it's going to be more inspiring. Okay, so again, this is the book. If anybody wants to purchase it, very, very highly recommended. So for the final look, let's see, you choose what the final look is going to be. Is it going to be this one? If you like this one, say pink. Is it going to be this one, silver? Or is it going to be the black one? Okay, so which one should we even, which one should I try on? Should I try on the silver one, the pink one, or this black one? This will be the final look for the night. And I really hope that you loved this the way I enjoyed this. While we take a poll, let's see what Mazal says. Mazal says, hold on, let me read Mazal's comment. I just want to share that even after hosting, oh my God, hold on, don't run away. If this stays. That even after hosting almost 200 people per meal with a ton of food and warmth after Shabbat, Rebbe Machlis made sure my friends and I had a way to get back to seminary, and even offered to give us bus money in case we didn't have it. Oh my God, Mazal, you met her in person? You actually saw her in real life? I am jealous of you if you got a chance to see her in real life. She actually passed away in 2015, I believe, in October, at a very young age. And when you read the last chapter of the book, oh my goodness, it is so inspiring and so sad in a way of how this woman left a legacy behind. And Mazal, if you met her in person, I am jealous of you, because I wish I had a chance to meet this special lady in person. I wish. So I think, oh, and I think Mazal, Malka, let's see what Malka wrote. Malka Musayev. Okay, hold on. Sorry about that. Okay. She was an amazing woman who opened her home to anyone and everyone. I heard that her apartment fit everyone, and despite thinking no one will fit, she did so much for our nation. May her memory be a blessing. Absolutely, Malka. And that's exactly why I'm so in awe after reading this, like a lady who was able to host hundreds of people every single week. Not just one meal, 4 times every meal she had people. And not only that, she didn't stress over how much food is there going to be, how much do I have to cook. She was just doing it so calmly. And she said, God is going to give me the strength that I need, because he knows that I want to do it. And somehow, every week, she had a successful week. Every week, her guests came and they left happily. And it doesn't just talk about hosting guests for Shabbat. People called her with all sorts of problems. She was like the mother for the entire Jewish nation. And I'm telling you, this book is worth it. If you're waiting to get a book which is going to make you feel inspired, calm, really feel like you can control life with any challenge that comes your way, highly recommend it. So I think silver won. Let me see. I believe that silver, yes, silver got the most votes. So hold please while I change for the last look. I'll be right back. Okay, you can, ladies, you can still put your comments and I will definitely try to read it. And again, I am so happy that a lot of you were able to join us today on this different, unique live that I was brave enough to try to do, because, you know, this is really not so easy to go on live and to demonstrate it, but I'm only demonstrating it for the purpose of maybe somebody out there is going to be inspired and realize that, you know what, we can cover our hair and still look very pretty. Well, whether it be with wearing a wig or this, I think any way you do it is pretty. I am all for wigs, but this is definitely something that I love as well, especially for me. It's for Shabbat, Friday night, when I'm lighting the candles. I personally feel like it's such a royal, elegant look to it. So this is the silver one, also very, very pretty. And the good thing about the silver one, it's like a hat, very, very thin material. You don't have to have any headbands on top of it. It already has the decoration. It's all in one piece. Do you like that one? If you like it, let me see the hearts and the likes, so we know this is the style that we like. So by the way, if you don't like the bobo being so high up, you can also buy a bobo which is not so high up. What's in that bobo that makes it look higher? So it's stuffed, I think, with like cotton or something, and if it's too high for you, you can take out some of the stuffing, and it's going to be making it, once you take out the stuffing, it's not going to look as big. So don't worry about the bobo being too big. I like my bobo big, but if you don't like it big, there is definitely a lot of varieties. Let me see, I think Mazal, yes, Yocheved. Oh, hold on one second. Okay, I didn't know about her at the time, besides for the fact that they were an incredibly hospitable family. Only years later, after finding out that she was sick and reading her book, that I realized who we went to and what an amazing woman she was. I'm gonna start crying on air. This is so emotional to read. Really, it makes me so emotional, because a woman that you didn't even know was willing to pay for your ride and was willing to help you out. And I can't even imagine how you felt after you read the book, when you realized that you were actually coming in contact with a unbelievably spiritual woman. Wow, you're so lucky, Mazal, that you were able to meet her in person. Where can we get bobos? That's a good question. So message me. I'm going to let you know where you can get the bobos. There are a bunch of different places. So I can give you the phone numbers, and you can go and try them on, because different people have different styles. Yes, the cotton can be removed. The cotton can be removed. So if you don't like this look where it's like all poofy, don't worry about it. The cotton can be removed, and I wish I could take it off and show it to you. So I'm thinking if I should actually take it off and show it to you. Give me a second. Maybe I'll demonstrate that, just for those who are very, very new to this bobo concept of taking it off and actually demonstrating to you what it looks like. But I'm not sure. Let me just think about that. Thank you so much, Marina. So that's the lesson on our Mitpachat. That's the lesson on our talk today. I really, truly had so much fun doing it. Just give me a second, because I want to see if this particular bobo, if you can remove the cotton, because most of them you can. Yeah, I know, Jenny, that's how I am too. I'm also all wigs, and I have a lot. I enjoy wearing wigs because I feel personally that that's something that I am able to do better. But I also feel that personally, what I was taught, and I'm not telling anybody what modesty is, I also learned that the best way, again, do not come at me, because this is not what I am saying. This is what I've learned, that the best way to cover your hair is really not with the wig, okay? It's okay, it's permitted based on the rabbi you follow, but the best way is to wear something like this, because from what I remember learning, again, the purpose of covering our hair is for what? The purpose of covering our hair is for other people to know we're married. I mean, that's the reason that this commandment was made originally. So therefore, most people hold that this is superior. I'm not ready for superior. A lot of people, I applaud them. But if you feel like, you know what, sometimes you want to cover this way because you're not going out to work in any corporate settings, you're home for Shabbat, you have guests, you want to go to synagogue, and you don't feel the need, then this is just the options that are out there. Okay? Let me see. Thank you so much, Malka. So that is the, I don't think I'm going to take it out, only because I have a feeling if I do, I'm going to have to change into my wig. And I don't think I want to go back onto my wig. Not for this live. We're going to keep this live solely for the purpose of Bobos and Mitpachot today. But if you want to know how it looks like, I think I might have another Bobo. Can you see? They're upstairs, up in the drawer. If you can just look, Zalman, please. In the drawer, there's a white one and a black one. If you can just bring me one of them, because I do have another Bobo, and I'm going to show you what it looks like so that you have an idea, because it looks like many people here are not familiar with it. So if I can show it to you, you'll get a better idea of how it looks, and you may not want to wear them at all, because look, if you have a very thick full of hair in the back, you don't really need a Bobo because you have enough volume to wear it over that. So, oh, thank you so much. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is how it looks. You have the Velcro right here. Okay, this is what gives it this is what holds it into place. You Velcro it. Okay, and then right here, this one is sewn in. But a lot of them, if it's not sewn in, you open this part over here, and in here is a lot of cotton, okay? So they remove some of the cotton. Marina, do not call me a Rabbanit. I am not a Rabbanit, but thank you for the compliment. Do not say I'm a Rabbanit, please. It would actually be a disgrace if I was called a Rabbanit, because I am far from being a Rabbanit, and I want to give the Rabbanites the respect they deserve for the holiness that they are about. I mean, most of them. So let's reserve that title, but I thank you so much. Okay, so this is how the Bobos look. There's also smaller ones that are not as poofy. There's white. Let's say you're wearing a white Mitpachat, and you don't want it to be black on the bottom of it, so there's white colors. They come in different types of shapes, sizes, white, black, all kinds. So this is all for tonight. By the way, also, I posted a lot about sourdough bread while I'm on live. A lot of people are questioning me, and I would love to teach you how to do it. However, I don't know how to do the starter. I didn't do the starter from scratch. Starter is what allows the sourdough to rise. So if somebody gives you starter, or you watch Sonia's prep and you see the video and how she makes the starter, because once you have it, you can keep feeding it every week. It sounds completely like confusing right now, but it's the starter. Once you get the starter from somebody, and you want me to teach you, because I'm still learning, but I can teach you from what I learned how to do it, I am more than happy to guide you, because my friends were so nice, and I think Malka's watching. They're so nice of them to Malka, Rosa, really thankful to you guys that they taught me how to do it, and today I'm doing it. I can't wait to bake it. It's really, really delicious. I have to say that if you're on a diet, probably don't even start with this, because you have a hard time being on a diet once you try sourdough bread. It is so delicious. And a starter is like whatever allows this bread to rise, because you don't put yeast in it. All it's made of is water, flour, salt. That's it. There's no other ingredients. So the starter is something that you feed. It's called feeding, and you wait for it to poof, to rise, and that's going to be what's basically going to cause the bread to rise. That's called the starter. So once you have that, feel free to message me, and I will send you my notes, because I really took down good notes. I will send them to you, and then you do it, and send me a picture of how yours came out. And also, one more thing, if any of you were inspired by these beautiful pieces, I mean, they're so gorgeous, and you are going to now try it, and if you end up even buying it for yourself, please send me a picture. I would be really, really happy to see that you were inspired by this. So if anybody, even if you have this at home, send me a picture privately of yourself wearing it. I would love to see your pictures. It would mean a lot to me as well. So by the way, also Instagram, follow me there. I'm not very popular there. I really don't know how to use it so much, but if you follow me on Instagram, I would be so grateful to you. It's YOCHGRAM, Yochgram. I'm trying to get to maybe 1,000. I'll be very happy. I know people have like 30, 40,000. Wow, I don't know how they do it, but if you can go and just follow me there, it would mean a lot to me, because I'm trying to also get more into Instagram. It's fun. I think it's a little bit different than Facebook. It has its own positives. So help me grow on Instagram as well. All this social media is such a waste of time. But for something like this, where we get inspired and it helps us, this is what we use it for. So that's why I try to come and I try to at least make it beneficial, because otherwise, if we just sit there and watch and watch and watch and there's nothing useful, we waste a lot of time. So that's why if you have any accounts that you follow that inspire you as well, please share them so I can follow them and get inspired too. And have a wonderful Shabbat. Always a pleasure interacting with everyone. If you found this helpful, please let me know. Have a good night, ladies.